Hello, my name is AJ. Today I want to talk about something that I have not talked about. This is my experience as a male performer in the adult entertainment industry, or my experience as a porn star. Don't really know where to start, so I guess I'll take you to the beginning. So before I joined the industry, I still am, an aspiring actor. So I got an agent, had an agent. I've booked gigs, commercials, films, modeling gigs, things like that. So when I had an agent, one of the members on the team called and asked if I wanted to be an extra on an adult video scene. Being in my early 20s, broke, trying to look for work, and single guy like me. I mean, how was I supposed to say no? So I did it. That actually became an income for me for a while, was just being an extra. For those of you who don't know, an extra on a porn set is basically your best friend's fucking your mom. And that's just one example. Sometimes you're the husband, the stepson, and your dad is hooking up with your girlfriend. I mean, the list goes on, right? It was a nice, cool thing. I got to be on set. I got to read dialogue. I got to hang around beautiful women, awesome people, so it was a lot of fun. When somebody says, hey, why don't you give it a shot? You can ask almost any guy on planet Earth. They would kill to have a chance to do something like that. So I was working at a school district as a sub when I finally got a call from an agency, an adult agency, right? They wanted to speak with me. So I went down to LA, spoke with them. They told me how the industry kind of works, things like that. And one of the main people in that agency, I won't say which agency out of respect, they basically say, can you get your dick hard? And being a young 20-something-year-old guy, single, right? That was the least of my issues. This was actually right before COVID happened. They decided to do what they call is like a pretty much your audition. They send you on a scene. It's nothing big budget. It's something kind of, off the wall. They want to see if you show up on time. They want to see if you can perform. And they want to see if you can be professional. And they also want to see if you can not be a fucking creep to the ladies. I did my first scene. It was great. It was a fun time. It was a cool experience. That is right when COVID happened. And that shut everything down. So I did the one scene. COVID happened. And I thought to myself, well, that was your one time crazy story. I thought I was going to do one scene. And that was it. Then the industry opened back up. The industry opened up after COVID. A lot of the veterans in the industry, they weren't comfortable yet going back in. Let the newbies, take the risk. And OnlyFans was also kind of starting out. When COVID ended, I was getting booked like crazy. I mean, oh my God. I like to say porn is either the worst thing that happened to me or the best thing that's happened to me. And at that time, I thought it was the best thing that ever happened. Working with girls I used to watch when I was in high school, right? So that was a cool time. Now, how it ended, making a name for myself. I'm a 2-time AVN nominee. For those of you who don't know, AVN is pretty much like the Oscars for porn. Being so early in the game, I mean, there were girls who were in the game longer than me. They weren't even nominated yet. So this is just my experience. I'm not putting anybody else in the industry down. I'm not putting the companies down that I've worked with. I'm not putting any of the directors or the co-stars or even the agencies down. What I am saying is fuck the whole industry. What I mean by that is kind of how my career ended. You can ask any male performer at all. They fucked up a scene. Couldn't get it up. Maybe they got a little too excited. Ejaculated prematurely. Any professional male performer that has done well or is doing well or even just did it, they'll tell you that it's not always the easiest thing in the world. Sometimes you get in your head. Sometimes you come early. And I already know what they're going to say about me. couldn't get it up, ejaculated prematurely, too much in my head, hateful bigot, transphobe. Like, I already know what they're gonna say. Doesn't hurt me anymore, because I'm sure there's a lot of adult content creators out there that probably feel the same. If you're working with a rough director, or maybe you just can't get it up, or maybe you ejaculate prematurely, that kind of hurts your reputation. No matter how many good scenes you have done, that will hurt your reputation. At the time, I couldn't speak up for myself because I didn't want to be that guy, you know, the one who's difficult to work with, right? Here's what the industry doesn't tell you, and this is why it's fuck the industry. You show up on set, and your co-star, who you're supposed to perform with, turns out you don't want to perform with them. I firmly believe my body, my choice. And if I don't want to work with somebody, I shouldn't have to work with them. Most of the people in the industry will agree with that, but their actions say otherwise. So for example, if you show up on set and your co-star is somebody you don't want to work with, and you decide to voice that, you go to your agent or the director or whoever is there, and you say, hey, I'm so sorry. With respect, professionally, I don't want to do the scene. Not with this person. Their first reaction is just like, hey, I understand, I get it. If you decide to not work with this person, then the company who decided to book you that day might not book you again. Also, because you don't want to work with that person, they have in the industry what they call a kill fee. You're responsible for paying the other co-star a fee, so they don't lose out on money. You would think that these big names, these big companies, right, who I will not name, at the very least have money in their pocket for shit like that. Male performer who can't perform. When you do perform well, that's when you get booked. So when I decided that I didn't want to work with a certain individual or this person or that person, I was basically hit with a kill fee. Then you get put into a position where, like, well, I want to, you know, if you want to continue this career, you want to continue to get booked. You don't want to lose money on a kill fee, especially if you're not even doing the scene. So you kind of get put into this position where you have no choice. I can't even imagine what the female performers have gone through. Again, this is my experience. I'm not talking about anybody else's experience. I'm just talking about my own. Excuse me, it's kind of hot right now. Ugh. My experience in the adult entertainment industry, the experience that I have as a porn star, it's 50-50. 50% of it, I was having the best sex of my life with some of the most beautiful people on the planet. And then there's the dark side. You don't want to do anything else, so you're forced to do things that compromise your morals or compromise your soul, and then you start to lose pieces of yourself. This isn't me turning to Christianity and saying I found God. I'm an atheist. This isn't me saying, oh, you know, porn is bad and you shouldn't do it. Again, I am just sharing my experience. I try to be respectful online, don't get me wrong. I think we all been guilty of calling names online. But my agency, who I will not name, she calls me up one day and asks if my Twitter was hacked. I said, no. What's all this tweets and stuff that I've been getting about, you know, about you being homophobic and transphobic? And I said, what are you talking about? She was like, yeah, I've had multiple people come to me and show me your Twitter page, and what I found, I can't believe it. I was very respectful. I have no problems with anybody on set. I'm professional. I'm punctual. I'm kind. So it was kind of a surprise that the things that she found on my Twitter were controversial. So I basically said, I told her I can't keep my mouth shut. I kept my mouth shut on set. Look where that got me. I kept my mouth shut in my career. Look where that got me. I kept my mouth shut in my family. Look where that got me. I would rather fuck up a situation with my mouth than not saying anything and fucking up myself. When I don't speak up for myself, it hurts me inside. Like it fucks with my mental. It fucks with my soul. I think that's true for everybody. And while we're on the topic, if you find some old tweets, some of them taken out of context. Some of them might be a little exaggerated. Some of them might have crossed the line. It's nothing compared to what the industry is doing. What the industry is doing is basically finding young, vulnerable people and exploiting them. They go in thinking that they're gonna make all this money. It's more physical, it's more mental than anybody can realize. To be able to perform and burn such high calories, one, you need stamina. So that means you gotta stay active, you gotta stay fit, right? You can't have any crazy body odors, so you need to eat healthy. You need to have a strict diet. You know, you can't go out and party, especially if you have a scene the next day. But it's even more demanding mentally. You have to deal with the scrutiny. And some people are okay with the scrutiny. It will affect the ones you love. Might not be in a good way, might not be in a bad way. For better or for worse, it does affect the people in your life. Some people won't take you seriously because you decided to go down that route. Want people to go in knowing the ramifications of what they're about to do. Especially if you're young and you're listening to this right now and you're considering getting into the adult entertainment industry, look yourself in the mirror and say, do I have the ability to tell somebody no, even though they can make or break my career? If I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be something I want to do, not something that I have to do. If you're an adult star, or if you're trying to be an adult star, no shade. It's not fuck you. It's not even fuck the job. It's fuck the industry. And you don't even know because you're too busy focused on the sex, the clout, fame, whatever. Don't get me wrong. It's a great place to safely engage and consensually engage in sexual acts and fantasies that you've always wanted to do. By all means, do that. If you want to go have an orgy with 10 people, 20 people, if you want to get ran through, or if you just want to find somebody and be monogamous, I don't give a shit. Go for it. You don't have to do it on camera. You don't have to show the world your fucking kinks that you're into. A lot of people get into porn for the wrong things. It's fun. It's a hell of a ride. But long term, chances are it's not for you. People are gonna talk shit about me. People in the industry, I don't care. Fuck them. Work with somebody who doesn't voice their opinion. How would you ever know? You don't want to work with somebody who is transphobic. Inside they believe it, but they just keep it to themselves. How would you know? No, you wouldn't. I think it's very dumb. I think it's very just idiotic and utterly moronic that you refuse to see the humanity in that person just because you disagree with them on one certain topic. It's a lot more than what people think. You have to get tested every 2 weeks. You have to build up your OnlyFans. There's so much drama in the adult entertainment industry. It's like fucking high school. It's like there's cliques, there's people who hate on this group, and that group is hating on this group. It's beyond childish. Some of these agents, some of these directors, some of these companies are just straight up predatory. I had a director one time, he pulled me to the side after I was struggling on a scene, and he says, hey, these men that are like best in the industry, they're fucked in the head. Like, they will literally fuck anything. Like, they don't care if they're married in a relationship. Like, they'll fuck their fucking brother's wife. They'll fuck their dad's wife. They'll fuck their son's girlfriends. Like, they'll fuck anything. They'll fuck anything that walks. That's when I had to tell myself, I'm like, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not gonna fuck anything that walks. I mean, I have standards. Believe it or not, I know it's. Look, I'm not just gonna fuck anything that walks. So if I show up on set and there's somebody I don't want to work with, or I'm just not attracted to, I should be able to say, I don't want to work with this person. And that should be the end of it. But no, it's, okay, well, we probably not going to book you anymore, and you got to pay a kill fee. I have done scenes where I know I performed fucking aces. You can even ask the girls. I got references. But the producer or the director, they'll still reach out to my agent and be like, not the best. I'm like, I know I'm not the biggest guy in the industry, but I had no issues performing. I think a lot of it is jealousy. Like, some of these guys in the industry, they want to do what you do, but because they can't, they're going to try and make you think that you can't. But if you look at that video, the video has fucking over 60 million views. I was dropped from my agency. I don't need to go to set, fill out paperwork, go get tested, go on camera and do all these disclosures to have good consensual sex. This is what you need to have good consensual sex. You need consent, okay? That's the first ingredient. You need connection. You need chemistry. If you don't have any chemistry with somebody you're trying to engage with, I'm sorry, the sex is gonna be terrible. If you want awesome, great sex, make sure you communicate and make sure you have that connection, that chemistry. Like it makes the biggest of a difference. To any fellow porn stars out there that know me, that met me, that worked with me, decided that, just because maybe lashed out in an unhealthy way, that it's a reason to drop me or not talk to me again or not work with me again, it's fine. The people who I know got my back in the industry, they've already reached out. This is not blue pill content. This is not red pill content. This is my truth. This is the truth. Porn was either the worst thing to happen to me or the best thing that happened to me. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. At the end of the day, it's still fuck the industry. Fuck the agents that put their talent in a position to where they have no choice but to perform an act that they don't want to do. Fuck the directors who are predatory and manipulative. It's a recorded sex ring. That's all it is. Any creator out there that is doing it because it's a job or it's a career and you just doing it not for the sex, you're full of shit. I will stand by that. You're going on set and you're doing it because, it's a career or it's my job or it's my income, and it's anything that has to do with not enjoying sex, you're full of shit. You are lying to yourself. People who want to do that, they do it for the main thing. Sex. They do it so they can have sex. They do it so they can fulfill their fantasies. Anybody else that says otherwise is full of shit. They're lying to themselves. Hello. There's a crow over there. I like talking to the crows. I'm a crazy guy like that. Again, this is just my experience. My experience thus far has been great. Were there times to where I couldn't perform? Absolutely. But some of those times, there was no connection. There was no chemistry. So fake. On camera, when they're recording, man, girls are going nuts. They're going crazy. Once the director yells cut, they'll go to the bathroom. They'll go on Facebook. They'll go on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, right? Does that happen all the time? No. But sometimes it does. Oh, I'm doing this because I love it, okay? Then act like it. Because they don't want nothing to do with you. I may be fucking oblivious to the girls who like me, right? And are interested in me. I go right over my head. But I know a damn fact when a girl wants nothing to do with me. It's fucking obvious. So when you show up on set and you're wanting to make a connection and she doesn't want anything to do with you, of course you're gonna fucking have problems performing. It's the lack of empathy. And again, I'm not taking away anybody else's experience. This is my experience. I had the best time of my life. If you shame sex workers, shame on you. If you shame anybody that wants to fulfill their fantasies in a safe environment, shame on you. Shame on you. If you are promoting it in a way that is just derogatory to yourself, shame on you. If you shame sex workers, shame on you. Because the conservative side who shames sex workers, in reality, that is the industry's number one fan. You go to these fucking expos, you don't see awesome fans like you do at Comic-Con who have like a common, like a lot of things in common, where they can believe in Spider-Man, where he helps people, and if he can help somebody, I can help somebody, right? It's not like that at these porn conventions. These porn conventions are these fucking weird incels, socially awkward, who have probably never seen a vagina in their real life, and they probably live with their mom or in a basement, and they're just creeps. It's a money grab. The only good qualities that I can think about the industry is that you're having safe, consensual sex. For the most part. I'm not shaming anybody who does it. I just want people to be aware of what's actually going on. Is that what you see in the videos is not what's happening. The girl is going crazy in the video, but as soon as they yell cut, fucking nightmare to work with. Again, I'm not gonna mention any names. This is my experience. Fuck the adult entertainment industry. And if you are thinking about getting in the industry, my first recommendation is to don't. You don't need to go on camera with a partner you probably don't even want to have sex with to do the things that you want to do. Just communicate. Be consensual. Make some connections. Have some chemistry. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you.